Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Stewards room for the final time for Trip 6 towing cars. There were no reported incidents, so we're going to go straight into the ones from the results file. And this is the first one that we've pulled out of the bag, and it's Bruno Reno and Alan Axon. All right, okay. So I think it's fairly clear Bruno's just driven out to the side of the track, like he's going back to the racing line, and Alan's already there. So I know this is a corner, and I know that Alan's not alongside at the point that Bruno turns in, but this isn't like a typical corner. Um, it's so wide, so slow, and there's multiple lines through it. Not to mention that Bruno gets tagged a little bit. So let's have a run through. So there's this here. So he washes out a little bit wide into David because he's carrying a bit too much speed, and so that's slowed him down. It's clear from this, if I just move these, that cars can take various lines through here. It's so wide and so slow that it's not unreasonable to expect that cars are going to be maybe not alongside you when you're braking or turning for the corner, but it's reasonable to expect that cars are going to become alongside you through this corner because of the way that the corner runs. So Bruno's slowed down a bit here, and Alan's got a run around the outside, taking the more traditional racing line anyway. And Bruno just drives out to the edge, maybe not realizing or expecting that a car would have got around the outside there, but Alan did, and it spun them both to the back. And there's some collateral damage there. Alan's braking all the time. On the brakes, braking. Can't do anything there. He's just getting clattered by everyone. So Alan's done everything right that he could have done there. So yeah, incident there for Bruno. Okay, what's next? Gosh, very few. Fabian with an immovable object. Is this by himself? Oh, right, okay. I know what this was. This was with me, so I'll go on board with myself as well. I'll go on board with myself first because I've got the better view. And I'll just give some angles so that Rich can have a look. Maybe better from driving view. Can't really see Fabian's car there. Just do that in slow motion. Come a bit closer. And once more. And I don't know if we need to go overhead on that, but I will. Why not? It's not a side-by-side type incident, but I will. What about this one, but Fabian. Okay, I think that's enough of that. David Zewers and Bruno Reno. Oh, we're going to be on the wrong camera. Is that Bruno behind? Yeah, we'll get on board with Bruno for the better vantage point. I think it's a bit clumsy there from Bruno, but nothing super serious. Didn't gain an advantage or anything like that. I think with it been once and then again in the next corner, it's probably worth putting that down as a -1. The contact with no significant disadvantage or advantage gained. And last but not least, I think this is the end of the race. Yeah. The celebratory crash into the pit wall. So often done by all the best drivers. Well, that's race 1 complete then. So just I think it was 3 including myself. Not bad. Everyone's getting better. Right then, next race 2. Where are you? There we go. Get the results. 25th. That's the one. Very few on this one as well. Let's load it up and have a look. Okay, let's get to the view that we want. Okay. First incident is Basti and Emmanuel. All right, okay. So Basti there, I get why he's running to the back of Emmanuel. Emmanuel did brake in a point where you probably wouldn't be braking normally, but he's pushing wide. I think he's carrying too much speed and he's braked mid corner when this is the kind of point where you'd normally be holding the accelerator fairly neutral, maybe starting to creep back on the gas. So I get why he's running to the back of him. I think the problem is that when he's done that and pushed him wide, he's just, do you know what? I don't know. So Emmanuel's gone too quick there and he's having to slow himself down to make the corner. I'm not even sure if that's the case. I'm not sure why he's braking there, to be honest. And Basti's running to the back of him because he's not expecting the car immediately in front to brake. It's an unusual place to brake. So I think I put this down as a racing incident because it's unusual circumstances. It looks like he's on a fairly normal line. He's not really washing that far wide at all, and just braked. Like if I were Basti, I probably would have let him just keep on, get back in front. Know that he's at risk with Niccolo immediately behind as well. But yeah, I'm not going to hold him against him for not doing so either because the car in front's done something weird that he couldn't predict, and it's not his fault. Maybe like a -1, because it's the car behind's responsibility not to run into the back of the car ahead, but then getting brake check mid corner. Nah, no penalty there. What's next? Jordan and Reader. Got Reader behind. It's probably just going to be a nudge in the rear end. Yeah. And nobody's severely impacted by that at all. Fabian and Emmanuel. On board with Fabian now. Yes, just another rear ender. I think Emmanuel was probably struggling a little bit with this track based on his qualifying position, but so maybe slowing more than others where they're not expecting him to. But that's still the braking zone. I think that's all right. He's not braked weirdly, but then it's just a racing incident, something and nothing. We'll skip beyond that one. Bruno and an immovable object. Okay. And Fabian and Emmanuel again. Oh no. What? Is this during the race? So we're racing down here. Fabian overcooks it into the chicane and cuts the second apex. comes back onto the track. So from Fabian's mirror, it looked like that was like a retaliatory bump from behind, but looking on board from Emmanuel, I'm not sure it is. I think Emmanuel's expecting Fabian to go straight across to the other side of the track, so he's trying to keep left here, and then Fabian moves left, and Emmanuel is kind of caught out by surprise. You can see his accelerator inputs is reacting, but yeah, just not sharp enough really to predict what Fabian was going to do there and ran into the back of him. So I don't think that was intentional. And they came out of the corner in the same positions that they went in. And that is the end of the stewards report. So I don't think there were any worthy of incidents in that last race, which is really good. Cool. Well, thank you all for a fantastic season and for putting up with these sometimes really long videos. I wouldn't have blamed you if you skipped just through to the bits that concerned you. But if you did stick with them and watch them, then awesome. Thank you. And we'll see you all next time. Cheers. Bye.